Basically unknown to most casual Kiss fans, an album that featured Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, Eric Carr and Vinnie Vincent was recorded in New York in 1983. Let's investigate how that obscure album came to be. In May of 1982, Motorhead recorded a session with punk rockers Plasmatics vocalist Wendy O in Toronto, Canada. Due to guitarist Eddie Clark's dissatisfaction with the session, it led to the breakup of the classic Motorhead lineup. The session tracks would eventually be issued in September of 1982 as a Wendy O and Lemmy release, without much commercial impact. But this event would most likely be the catalyst that put Wendy on the radar of Kiss, and her band Plasmatics were invited to open for Kiss on tour in February of 1983. Wendy O. Williams, an iconic figure in the punk and metal scene, left an indelible mark on the music industry with her fearless attitude and boundary-pushing performances. Born on May 28, 1949 in Webster, New York, Wendy Orlin Williams rose to fame as the lead singer of original punk rock band the Plasmatics in the late 1970s. Known for her wild stage presence and provocative antics, Wendy O. Williams soon became a symbol of rebellion and nonconformity. By the end of the Creatures of the Night tour, the Plasmatics recording contract with Capitol Records wasn't renewed, and Gene Simmons approached Williams and her partner Rod Swenson about producing an album. To avoid potential legal issues with Capitol Records, they decided not to use the Plasmatics name on the record in any way. Gene also felt it would give more freedom to add additional musicians to the project. A deal was struck with U.S. label Passport Records, and recordings could commence at Right Track Studios in New York, a renowned recording facility known for its exceptional acoustics and state-of-the-art equipment. Besides Wendy herself, several band members from the Plasmatics would appear on the album, namely Wes Beach and T.C. Toliver on rhythm and lead guitar and drums respectively. But in the end, it would be the combined forces of no less than 5 Kiss members, past and present, that would steal the limelight. Paul, Gene, Ace, Eric and Vinnie. Gene Simmons produced the album, wrote and co-wrote several tracks, sang backing vocals and played bass under the pseudonym of Reginald Van Helsing. Paul Stanley in turn co-wrote, sang backing vocals and played both rhythm and lead guitar. Former guitarist Ace Frehley played lead guitar on the track Bump and Grind. New guitarist Vinnie Vincent co-wrote and played both solo and rhythm guitar. Eric Carr co-wrote, sang backing vocals and played drums on the track Legends Never Die.
You performed one track on Wendy O's first LP. The song was called Legends Never Die. How was...
Okay, well, the way that happened, actually I have a song that I co-wrote on that also. Plus I'm doing some of the backgrounds. We had a bunch of people singing there. Yeah, the song is, oh God, what's the name of it? Oh, Ain't None of Your Business. That's
right.
Something I came up with, yeah. Anyway, that track, the original track was going to be a song that Gene wrote called When the Legend Dies. And the acoustic guitar and the drum tracks were recorded in L.A., as part of Creatures of the Night album. But it never got used, it never got completed, and we just kind of left it sitting around. And, Gene decided to work on it again and switch it around a little bit. So what you're hearing there is the acoustic guitar and the drum track that was originally recorded in 1982.
That's really something strange, It's like when you did it a long time ago, you just transfer over to another person. They just add more to the song, and just totally turns out to another song.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great idea, great. A lot of good stuff in the song, the arrangement and the music of the song. Compared to the other material that we had at that time for the Creatures album, it just wasn't as good. So we decided, and plus, When the Legend Dies just sounded a little bit too downbeat. So we left it out. But as it turned out, it became much, much better.
It's My Life was released as the lead single from the album. It would later appear on the soundtrack to the film Reform Schoolgirls from 1986, in which Wendy O. Williams herself starred. The song was initially recorded as a demo for Creatures of the Night in 1982 and later re-recorded for the album Psycho Circus in 1998, featuring Tommy Thayer on lead guitar and Kevin Valentine on drums. The other song to be re-recorded by Kiss was Thief in the Night, which would end up on the Crazy Nights album in 1987. The Wow album marked a departure from the raw punk sound of the Plasmatics, incorporating elements of hard rock and metal. Wendy's powerful and distinctive voice, coupled with her charismatic stage persona, captivated audiences and critics alike. The album was picked by Kerrang! Magazine's Malcolm Dome as his album of the year, and Wendy even got a Grammy nomination for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance of the Year as a result. Despite the critical acclaim for Wow, the album faced challenges in the commercial realm. The music industry struggled to categorize Wendy's eclectic sound, and mainstream radio stations hesitated to play her unconventional tracks. But for Kiss fans, at least those in the know, this album will forever remain a treasure trove of lost artifacts, a bridge between Creatures of the Night and Lick It Up that is in fact Kiss in all but name. Beyond her musical accomplishments, Wendy O. Williams was a feminist icon and an advocate for animal rights. Her commitment to living authentically and challenging societal norms inspired a generation of artists and fans. Unfortunately, Wendy's life was cut short when she tragically took her own life in 1998 after years of mental struggle, leaving behind a legacy of artistic innovation and rebellion.
In '84, your album Wow was released to great acclaim. Well, how long did that actually take to record?
Oh, recording doesn't take long, you know, like it's the whole thing that takes a long time is rehearsing and working on songs. The last time, after we did the Wow album, we went out on tour, and then as soon as we got off tour, I mean, then you start working on songs for the next album, and you go through hundreds of songs till you get exactly what you want. And that's what takes the time, is getting the songs that you want.
But worth it in the end. I mean, working with Gene Simmons must have been great. How did you two get together?
I was touring with Kiss, and we were a special guest of Kiss, and Gene said he wanted to produce my next album, and he thought the time was right for it to be a solo album. And he discovered my bass player, Greg Smith, and my guitar player, Michael Ray, who are still with me now, and we've been touring together. And they're of my new band. They're the basis of it. And it's just, I wanted the musicians. So nothing... no compromise, just total overkill. And Michael Ray plays in the vein of Randy Rhoads and Eddie Van Halen. I mean, anyone who's seen him perform live, he's just his hands are a blur. He's amazing, and it makes the music so exciting because not only is it so intense, it's exact.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it such a great turn-on.
Because doesn't Gene actually play some bass on there as well?
Now, on the Wow album, I'm not going to say who plays bass, but there is a guest bass player on the Wow album, and on the Wow, my first solo album, there's also Ace Frehley does a guest spot, and I have. It was the first guest spot like he's done since he left Kiss. This was the first thing. He just came out and decided he was a friend of mine and he was going to do this, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, let's have a look at your It's My Life video now. This is amazing. Wendy O. Williams, It's My Life.